The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I was talking briefly to a constituent tonight just before I came down, and he said, go down and give the government heaps. It's going to be difficult because we do agree with the government on this piece of legislation, and it's nice to see the Minister acknowledge the good work that the Select Committee did to improve a bill. I've said before in speeches in the House, this is a bill to protect New Zealand farmers and primary industry producers from ourselves. Because it's about innovation, and we are very, very good at that. And so what has happened over the years is that we've had agricultural chemicals and compounds. They've been designed and developed for a certain purpose, and then in the good old Kiwi way, farmers have taken that product and said, well, that might be good somewhere else, and they've applied it. But in the new world of traceability and of MRLs, maximum residue levels, and accountability and registration, that is simply not good enough. And the Minister has said that this bill is designed to do a couple of things, not to inhibit competition. The government still believes that competition delivers nirvana to everything and everyone. They do wake up occasionally to the fact that actually through some good regulation and good law, where we have controlled competition and robust commercial activity, we often get a far better outcome, Mr Speaker. The bill is a balanced piece of legislation that does allow for the protection of data, as called, and of course people may be confused. It's basically information, that is gathered to show that a chemical works and is not harmful when it's applied to a particular crop or use, and not harmful to maybe the crop or to the animal, and doesn't hang around to be harmful to anyone in the food that might be consumed from that. And so companies put a lot of money into that science and into the information that then gets provided to AgCom for registration of the product to say this is what it's used for, these are the rates that should be applied, and if done so correctly will offer no harm to the environment or to the animal or to the crop or to the consumers of the products. And we as a country must uphold those core principles absolutely, Mr Speaker. There should be no doubt that any food produced in this country is indeed the safest and as best the purest food that people can consume around the world. And the premium that we should be getting for that should enable farmers to maintain their viability into the future. Mr Speaker, this piece of legislation was timely. I've got here a report done by COVEC, another one of the consultancy agencies that the government's happy to throw money at often. It was done in February 2009, and in fact it's taken a long, long time now, 2016, almost the end of it, for the government to get off their butts and get around to actually implementing the recommendations here. A lot of people in the chemical industry and pharmaceutical, or the industry supplying goods for the agricultural sector, probably been frustrated. They'll be pleased to see the third reading of this bill go through the House, and I'm not certainly going to delay that any longer than necessary, Mr Speaker. You'll be pleased to hear that. But can I just say that we support the government bringing the bill to the House finally. The Select Committee has done the best job we possibly can. It is a balanced bill between protecting the information supplied by companies, but leaving the door open for innovation and for the development of new products. So, Mr Speaker, I think this will be a good bill for agribusiness leading forward, and I hope that it's implemented, used wisely, and does indeed protect New Zealand's reputation as the producer of the finest food and fibre for the most discerning customers in the wider world. Thank you, Mr Speaker.